that we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.
Good Friday afternoon. What's going on, guys? This is the Indy Kid coming at you. Just want to bring you another update on the Tennessee basketball team roster. A lot of ins, a lot of outs going on right now. But before we get into that, coming at you on behalf of the Talkin VAWLS network, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. And make sure you check out a lot of videos dropping this week. JP dropped some recruiting videos earlier this week on Taven Jackson. Boogie's been covering all the practice stuff. Dropped a good practice video today with some info from the scrimmage yesterday, some info about potential transfer quarterbacks, which are kind of surprised there. Good stuff there. And make sure you look out for this weekend, Sunday, 5 o'clock. We're going live on air, and plan is throughout the weekend, we'll try to drop some post-game videos on the Vols Florida baseball series as well. Try to keep you updated as well, as there's a big series coming up this weekend for your number 4 ranked Tennessee Vols baseball team. Good stuff going there. But let's get in this basketball roster. It seems like every day something is going on with this roster. A lot of news. Last couple of days, dropped the video yesterday. It was meant to be the day before, but was out of town. Things didn't work out on the video coming through. It came through yesterday. Boogie posted it, and some information there. But a lot of stuff has gone on this morning, as well as I've tried to address in each video. Attrition is probably still going to be likely, still coming, and we saw more of that today. EJ Anosicki, Corey Walker both entered the transfer portal. I think it's been speculated on Walker the whole time. Didn't know about Anosicki. I kind of thought that may be the way that it goes there. But, definitely wish Anosicki the best of luck. Family, his sister, Nikki Anosicki, played for the Lady Vols years back. Just kind of, wish it would have worked out for him, from what I gathered, not because of effort or anything like it. Just didn't work out. But, definitely wish him the best of luck there. Now I'm going to pull up and share with you now. I've been kind of keeping track of this here. So I'm going to pull up and we're going to look at. There we go. All right. So I've kind of put together a little roster turnover sheet here. So we're looking at the 2021 roster. I'm not including walk-ons or anything, but Anosicki, transfer portal. Don't know his destination yet. I expect, I don't see any reason Victor Bailey's going to leave. He was a transfer from Oregon to begin with. One of the big ones right here, John Fulkerson, undecided right now. So, what happens with John Fulkerson? Devontae Gaines, transfer to George Mason. He announced that today. Actually, wish him the best of luck. He followed Kim English up to George Mason. Josiah-Jordan James, he's in right here. Keon Johnson declared for the NBA draft, projected top 10 pick. Olivier Kamha, I don't see any reason to think he would leave, but he didn't get a lot of minutes this year. So I expect him to come back. I think he's one that they do think has some potential there. Drew Pember announced yesterday he's transferring over to Asheville, formerly UNC Asheville. Uros, I don't expect him to go anywhere. He started kind of carving out a role at the end of the season. There, obviously, when Fulkerson went down, it was Uros who benefited from it. Got more minutes than he had all year. Curious to see what another year in the weight room, maybe he can get faster along the way. Eve Pons, I don't expect him to come back. I saw a couple of two-round mock drafts, and he is not listed on them. So obviously, I think he can go somewhere and play, whether it is the NBA, whether it's the G League, whether it's overseas somewhere. Definitely think he has athleticism to play pro ball. It's just a matter of where. Jaden Springer, NBA, already signed with an agent. Latest mock draft I looked at, he was late first round. So, at one point he was listed as lottery pick. And, he could still work his way up to that. But last I saw, he was projected in the 20s. I can't remember who it was he was projected to at this point in time, but Santiago Vescovi, no reason to see that he'll leave. He'll be a big part going forward. And then it was just announced right before I started this video, Corey Walker's hit the transfer portal. I've speculated that, and I think the people that cover that have speculated on that. The guy couldn't get on the court this year, even with all the issues they had at forward and center. He still couldn't get on the court. I was reading some quotes from Desmond Walker or Oliver, who said, Corey Walker was affected by COVID, had to transform his body, just weight-wise, weight gain, things of that nature. And it was really kind of up to him what he did. I don't know if there was – I don't know. But for whatever reason, he had a tough year. Best of luck to him and wherever he ends up at. It did say Desmond Oliver was his lead recruiter. Kind of wonder if he may end up down at ETSU. Could be interesting there. But so there's what you've got coming back for sure. 5 guys off of last year's team, possibly 6 with Fulkerson. And, definitely hope he comes back. So now we're looking at our signed or committed. Kennedy Chandler, number 13 overall. Jemiah Mashak, rated 62 overall. And then 2 days ago, got the commitment from Quentin. I've still not heard how you pronounce the last name, so I apologize if I say it wrong. DeBalje, we'll say. But, 6'6", another French prospect coming in that they made contacts with there, come out of Florida, Mount Verde Academy, I believe it was in Florida. Coach said he's an okay shooter, not great, but he shot 42% this year. A long guy, can guard, any of the guard positions, can finish at the rim, can push the ball. I think it seems to me like he's less of a project than maybe Eve Pons was. I think Pons was a little raw coming in. I still think DeBalje may be too, but there's some potential here. It's a nice pickup. And then just right now transfers Justin Powell coming in from Auburn. He was listed as a recruit as a point guard. Definitely a good shooter. So I think he's going to be more of a combo, can run both. And then coaching turnover, Kim English goes to George Mason. Desmond Oliver goes to ETSU. Congratulations to both those guys moving up as head coaches. And then right now we know Rod Clark is the new assistant coach, come from Austin Peay, had been at Illinois, Chicago. And he's known a lot from Sunrise Academy, which is where Kennedy Chandler's coming from as well. But read a good article Grant Ramey had on 24/7 today. He talked about Clark. One of the things he was known for when he was in Texas, he started a group, the Breakfast Club. And there was guys who's been, Cade Cunningham was one of them, 5 a.m. every morning, whether it was during school or in the summer, a lot of mornings. These kids are in there getting it at 5 a.m. each day. So, pretty interesting stuff right there that was going on. But hopefully that's shared with you. If not, I apologize. But another name looking at for the assistant coach is Grant Ramey's mentioned on 24/7 Sport. Justin Gainey was the associate head coach at Marquette prior to Steve Wojciechowski being fired. Of course, Shaka Smart took over there now, but Gainey's been a head coach or an assistant coach for a while. He played at North Carolina State, graduated in 2000. And, he's a veteran assistant coach, been around for a little bit now. Associate head coach, looks like he would be a real good pickup right there. Would bring some ties there as well. Good recruiter. And one place I think it could come in there as well is Jonas Adew, 7-footer out of Charlotte, North Carolina, ranked number 60 in the country. See if I can share this with you here as well. Here we go. All right, so Jonas Adew, again, right here, look at him. I said 7 foot, 6'11", 215 out of Charlotte, was committed to Marquette, number 60 overall, number 7 center, number 1 center, North Carolina. 4-star prospect. Here's Jerry Meyer's scouting report. Long, mobile, and has positive athleticism. The one knack on him, must get stronger and tougher. Functional athleticism will improve with strength gain. Good shooting touch behind the arc. Can finish with the offhand. Decent rebounder. Needs strength on the board. Good court awareness. Not much back to the basket game, good to great shot blocker, has a lot of potential, but it's vital strength game right there. So interesting prospect, and if Justin Gainey, it looks like it is trending towards him right here as well from Marquette. What's his? Obviously, he's had something to do with Adew being connected there as well. So, what that I think that Tennessee's still going to hit the portal based on you've only got 5 guys coming back from last year. You've got, as of right now, you've got 9 players, possibly 10 with Fulkerson. So that still leaves you about 3 spots to fill. So even with Fulkerson coming back, even with Chandler, Mashak, DeBounjay, and Justin Powell, that would give you 10 players on the roster. You've got room to add through the portal, and you've got room to add also through just, recruiting as well, which portal's recruiting as well, I know. But, if you add Jonas Adew possibly, and I don't know the possibility here, he may be on someone else there, but you add Gainey, I think that's somebody that Tennessee will be involved with, Adew. Where does Rod Clark's connections? Are there any of his old Sunrise players out there? I know Liam Robbins, 7-foot center from Minnesota, is a name there, connection. I just saw where crystal ball projections been put in for Vanderbilt for him, but plenty of names in the transfer portal. One that stands out to me, but from what I gather, Gonzaga's favorite, Walker Kessler, transferring from North Carolina. There was mention at one point that he and Powell may be a package deal. Again, I don't know what their connection is right there, because Powell was from Kentucky, Kessler's from Georgia, not sure where along the way there. But, there are plenty of names in here. One of the names that was mentioned was Wahab, came from Georgetown. That was a name mentioned with Tennessee. He's already committed to go to Maryland right there. But plenty of names in the portal who are centers, plenty who are power forwards as well. So, where do things go? Where does everything go from here? One of the main things, Tennessee needs size at this point. All they basically added has been wings and guards right here, which Tennessee still needs shooting, guys. I mean, I know some in the comments that said, well, we need big, but absolutely. If Fulkerson comes back, that solves a big need, but I think those last 3 spots, you've got to go big, guys, right there. And it can be somebody that can shoot. It can be just a banger down low, but that's going to be vital for this team. They have to have an inside-out game. You can't just be all, mid-range jumpers and things like that. Fulkerson, all he adds that. If he comes back, and especially having a point guard like Kennedy Chandler there, Kennedy Chandler, if he is as advertised, and we really need him to be as advertised, and we need him to be a one-and-done guy. This program needs one-and-done guys to help boost and to help pick up the guys. Obviously, another name that could be big if he reclassifies is Bradley Huntley Hatfield. If he reclassifies, that's huge. He's ranked top 10 for 2022. Even if he stays 2022, it's still huge right there. And there are some projections in for him coming to Tennessee as well. But if he reclassifies, you get him with Kennedy Chandler. That still leaves you 2 spots. If you add Adew right there, and then I think you got to hit portal. You got to get a big guy from the portal right there. If they add Hatfield, do they still go for Adew? And again, I don't know what their involvement is. I'm just making that connection there based on Justin Gainey and based on, I think Tennessee was involved in that recruitment prior to him going to Marquette. But I'm going to keep you posted, keep you updated on everything. Again, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. The biggest offseason of Rick Barnes' Tennessee tenure. And it's as hectic as I thought it was going to be. I actually didn't know how hectic it would be. There was a lot of speculation. I still wonder if they're done. I believe out of everybody I showed, I think the rest of the guys will be back, but you never know there. Because I think the 5 that I'd highlighted, and I'll pull it up again here with it. Let's see, just share the old screen right here. So, again, the guys you highlighted here, Bailey, Josiah-Jordan, James Comhop, Euros, and Vescovi. That's what you've got coming back, along with Chandler, Mashak, DeBounjay, and Powell. So that's 9 guys, hopefully Fulkerson. But a lot of interest that this team is really transforming. Interested to see what they look like. They need shooting. They need inside presence. I think they're going about – they've added shooting. They've added some guards. Obviously, I think Mashak is going to be your athletic defender type guy, maybe the same with DeBounje. Shooting is definitely going to be a plus with them. But huge offseason for Tennessee basketball. It continues. I still don't think that's shared. But anywho, it continues to transform. And, when there's more updates and stuff, I'll keep you guys posted along the way. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Y'all take care. Enjoy your Friday. And we will see you Sunday, 5 o'clock. And just watch out for any updates on practice and baseball this week as well. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you soon.
Soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we draw home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive. The dogs howl like we, poets sat in our chains, soaking moon.